I feel greatly humbled that I have youth, and not just youth, but youth champions in my home. I don't think I should take this for granted. I don't think many people, youth who are champions, would one day walk into a person's home and say, I will come here for an event. So I want to say, asanteni sana for that initiative, even to come here and want to celebrate this achievement with us. I don't take it for granted. So I want to say thank you very much for the organizers for even thinking and choosing that they could hold this event here. You know, I don't know. Not so many people get this kind of a blessing that people want to have a meeting at your home. But I want to say thank you. Karibuni hapa kwetu. Karibuni sana hapa kwetu. I hope we'll have enough food to give them. But if we don't have, we'll share what we have. But I want to share some few thoughts. One, I want to go back to the history of this country. This country, when it started, 1963, 1964, the people who were in charge of this country were young people. Young people. Kenneth Matiba, when he became PS for education, was 29 years. How many years? 29 years. Kenneth Matiba. He became PS at the age of 29. He was in charge of education at the beginning of this nation at 29 years. I think he did great things. The education, when it started in this country, the foundation that was set was very firm. And that's why a Kenyan certificate is recognized all over the world. But that foundation was set by a young person. If you go to Ronald Ngala then, who is a popular figure that we might know. Ronald Ngala, when he went to Lancaster, he was around 28 years to negotiate for the independence of this country. Now, if you look at those people who started at Lancaster to negotiate for the independence of this country, they were all young people. All of them were young people. They set the foundation of this nation. Young people. And I'm sure some of you can relate with those ages. Yes. So if you look at what has happened to this country, Tom Joseph Mboya, one of the most brilliant people that this country has ever produced. One of those sharp ideological minds, one of those sharp movers of a nation, was called Tom Joseph Mboya. Tom Joseph Mboya, when he joined Kibaki's cabinet, he was 25 years, a young person. But great things are said about Tom Mboya up to today. Up to today. Great things are said about those people. Meaning, therefore, when young people are committed to a cause, they can change a country. They can change a whole world. If you go back to the story of Martin Luther King, I happened to have, during my sojourn in the US, I visited Martin Luther King's home and his library in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. And I spent some days there. One day I'll share my photos there. But if you look at what he did when he was young, because Martin Luther King was hardly 30 when he was doing all these things and that great speeches. Yes. Those great speeches that he issued. He was still a young person. The wisdom that came out of you, the direction, the way he liberated America. You look at it and say, so young people can do these things. My question is, what are our young people in Kilifi doing? What are our young people in Kilifi? We don't have to go far. Amason Kingi, when he became minister for East Africa, he was, I think, 27. 7 years. 7 years when he became. He's much younger than me, by the way. Amason Kingi. Yeah, but that's why he behaves the way he does. He's a very young person. So what am I saying? I'm saying that when young people are committed to a cause, they can change the foundations of a country. They can lay firm foundations of a country. But more important, they can lay a firm foundation for a community. That's why I value what you are doing. When Nassim shared with me what you guys are doing, I said, that's how a community changes. That's how a community gets better. When young people get involved. When young people get involved. because I had the privilege of sharing a moment with Professor Ali Mazrui. Well, some of you know who Professor Ali Mazrui was one of the most well-renowned professors in the world, not just in Kenya, but in the world. So I had time to speak to Professor Ali Mazrui, and he said this: youth is the age of great potential. Youth is the age of what? Great potential. All things are possible when you are still at that age. You see, when you are making dough for mandazi, you know what I mean? When that dough is there on your table, you can change it into whatever form you want, isn't it? Yes, you can make it a donut, you can make it mahamri, you can make it chapati. You can get whatever shape that you want. But the moment you pick it up and put it in cooking oil, what happens to it?
Stiffness.
Can you change it after that?
No.
You cannot. That's what Ali Mazrui told me. You cannot change it after that. So what I am telling you, that if you look at yourself and see that this is a cause you're pursuing and it's not giving you the results that you want, you can still change course. Why? Because you're still young. You can still remold yourself. So I want to say that it's never lost as long as you're still within the age bracket. It's never lost. You still have an opportunity to make a difference. So what I want to say, we have an opportunity as young people to lay a firm foundation for our community. Second thing I want to say, the census that was published recently showed that this country is a country of what?
Young people.
Young people. This is a country of young people. That's what the census data showed us. Now, when we have a country of young people, then we have a country that we can mold the way we want, by ensuring that the right things are done. You've been champions. I want to address the champions, the 7 champions. You've been champions. I want you to believe and imagine that your championship does not end with the award that you get. But that championship should be progressive. That you're a champion of this today, but tomorrow we will still find you a champion who has helped to grow other champions. I hope you understand when I say that.
Yes.
Yes. Because your championship alone does not help us much. But if you can use that opportunity of being a champion to even create other champions, it means therefore you have planted the seed to change other. That ties up with the journey that Nasim's journey. You see, I knew Nasim many years ago. I met her at the hospital one day, and when we were walking around, so we saw this almost white girl standing in a door. So we turned around and said, "Who is that?" And we had our own discussions about who she is and what she can become and all those kind of things. Okay. But then after that, and this is the beauty of it, after that, we started having a discussion about her ideas. What are the ideas that Nasim had, and what was going to happen if she grew to be the person that she is today? And I'm glad to say that we've been part of that journey. Because when the United States Embassy wanted to nominate her for the yearly program, they talked to me. And if anybody here who will be nominated for a program in the US, they will talk to me. So you'd better do some good work. You'd better do some good work, because they will talk to me. They will ask me about, so and so, yes. Find out, give us information and data about, I know all of them. These ones who have benefited from the US, all of them. And every time the embassy is doing that shortlisting, they will say, "Oh, we need to talk to you." And they will come around here, we'll have a meeting, they will ask me, "Do you know this one, this one, this one?" And I will say, "Yes, this one is good." Or I will say, there are two people I think I have said no to. Because I knew that award would have been wasted. You understand? That award would have been wasted. But we have people in Malindi, We have people in Kilifi South. We have one person, I think, in Ganze. We have several people who have benefited from that scholarship. Now, why am I saying that? Because when we invested in Nasim, we have seen the results. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Yes. We have seen the results. Today, we're investing in you. All these people, the directors here are here today, the MOs are here, and all those people, and I have left all the work that I'm doing, I'm here. We are giving you our attention and our time. That's an investment, isn't it?
Yes.
Connect to retain, spent money, and did all this work to do all this data. Eventually, they said, this is the guy who is a champion. That's a what? It's an investment. Don't allow that investment that we are making stop. Help to grow it. I hope you understand what I mean.
Okay.
Help to do what? To grow it. And one of the things we did when we were looking at words, the word grow, the word grow has a passive meaning and an active meaning. The word grow, passive and active. If you go and plant, you plant maize seed there, you are planting. You will water it, rains will come and all that, and something will happen until you see it has produced a cob, isn't it? Mm-hmm. That is growth, which you are seeing, and you know there are milestones to it. It will tassel, it will do all that. So that is very active growth. I hope you understand what I mean. Mm-hmm. There is some activity that allows it and makes it do what? Grow. So that is growth. Grow. You see that thing of growth, and that is an active growth. There's a passive growth. Passive, spiritual growth is also active, isn't it? You have to go to church, you have to read the Bible, you have to do certain things for you to be able to do what? To grow.
This is Chadi TV, home of inspiration.